And off we go from Denver. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Throwing to start the drive. Gaffney. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB. They'd easily move into the top 5.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Gaffney, and he'll find Hall. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Back to throw. Gaffney. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 15. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Mahomes firing complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On first down, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. We can look at this Bronco defense. And they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3-and-out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3-and-out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3-and-out. Second possession. Let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. To throw on second down. Gaffney. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, Gaffney. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And it's fielded at the 34. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll go down at the 28. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Broncos nothing.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Gaffney. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I know this offense offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
That's taken on the 25. 6-yard return after a punt of 48.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now Foreman. The 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Running left to give to Pacheco.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't...
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The pass there complete to Sutton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
The Broncos on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back to throw. Gaffney. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Come on.
2nd and 10.
Second Pirates. 79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw again.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second down and 6 now.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Now Mahomes. And incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They tried the throw on 2nd down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Hopkins' kick is good.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Now 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Gaffney. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Watkins here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
Runs over it and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
It went for broke on 3rd down, and it would have really lit up the sideline if that one had worked. What do they do now on 4th down?
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a throw here, hauled in. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
19. Check man. Warriors 70. Top low 18.
Back to throw. Gaffney. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They got a completion there, but that's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you've got to expect to get more on the passing play.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Off play action. Gaffney.
Got his man. It's Warren.
So the completion good for just 3. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Viking 18.
Throwing on first down. Gaffney looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And now an audible here into something else. Warren will try the right side.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Come on.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Tight. Ready.
Looking to throw. Gaffney got his tight end. That's complete. That's Henry. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
In motion left goes a tight end.
Handoff for Warren.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 6 at the 23-yard line.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Kansas City, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to
The Bulls are on the clock.
The Snowhawks are now on the clock. The Armadillos are on the clock. The Sentinels are now on the clock. The Huskies are now on the clock. The Oilers are now on the clock. The Caps are now on the clock. The Golden Eagles are on the clock. The Dragons are on the clock. The Bisons are now on the clock. The Aviators now on the clock. The Antlers now on the clock. The Mounties are on the clock. The Pioneers are on the clock. The Dreadnoughts are now on the clock. The Condors are on the clock. The Lumberjacks are now on the clock. The Redwoods are now on the clock. The Monarchs are now on the clock. The Tigers are on the clock. The Blues are on the clock. The Wizards are now on the clock. The Riverhogs are on the clock. The Voyagers are now on the clock. The Steamers are now on the clock. The Elks are on the clock. The Shamrocks are now on the clock. The Desperados are now on the clock. The Black Knights are now on the clock. The Nighthawks are now on the clock. The Thunderbirds are now on the clock. The Bulls are on the clock. The Snowhawks are now on the clock. The Armadillos are on the clock. The Sentinels are now on the clock. The Huskies are now on the clock. The Oilers are now on the clock. The Caps are now on the clock. The Dragons are on the clock. The Bisons are now on the clock. The Aviators now on the clock. The Antlers now on the clock. The Mounties are on the clock. The Pioneers are on the clock. The Dreadnoughts are now on the clock. The Condors are on the clock. The Lumberjacks are now on the clock. The Redwoods are now on the clock. The Monarchs are now on the clock. The Tigers are on the clock. The Blues are on the clock. The Wizards are now on the clock. The Riverhogs are on the clock. The Voyagers are now on the clock. The Steamers are now on the clock. The Elks are on the clock. The Shamrocks are now on the clock. The Desperados are now on the clock. The Black Knights are now on the clock. The Nighthawks are now on the clock. The Thunderbirds are now on the clock. The Bulls are on the clock. The Snowhawks are now on the clock. The Armadillos are on the clock. The Sentinels are now on the clock. The Huskies are now on the clock. The Oilers are now on the clock. The Caps are now on the clock. The Golden Eagles are on the clock. The Dragons are on the clock. The Bisons are now on the clock. The Aviators now on the clock. The Antlers now on the clock. The Mounties are on the clock. The Pioneers are on the clock. The Sentinels are now on the clock. The Condors are on the clock. The Lumberjacks are now on the clock. The Redwoods are now on the clock. The Monarchs are now on the clock. The Tigers are on the clock. The Blues are on the clock. The Wizards are now on the clock. The Riverhogs are on the clock. The Pioneers are on the clock. The Steamers are now on the clock. The Elks are on the clock. The Shamrocks are now on the clock. The Desperados are now on the clock. The Black Knights are now on the clock. The Nighthawks are now on the clock. The Thunderbirds are now on the clock. The Bulls are on the clock. The Snowhawks are now on the clock. The Armadillos are on the clock. The Sentinels are now on the clock. The Huskies are now on the clock. The Oilers are now on the clock. The Caps are now on the clock. The Wizards are now on the clock. The Dragons are on the clock. The Bisons are now on the clock. The Monarchs are now on the clock. The Antlers now on the clock. The Mounties are on the clock. The Pioneers are on the clock. The Dreadnoughts are now on the clock. The Condors are on the clock. The Lumberjacks are now on the clock. The Redwoods are now on the clock. The Monarchs are now on the clock. The Tigers are on the clock. The Blues are on the clock. The Wizards are now on the clock. The Riverhogs are on the clock. The Voyagers are now on the clock. The Steamers are now on the clock. The Elks are on the clock. The Shamrocks are now on the clock. The Voyagers are now on the clock. The Black Knights are now on the clock. The Nighthawks are now on the clock. The Thunderbirds are now on the clock.